Yay. Day 4. Hi, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining. I'm super excited about today's conversation. Hi. Hello, Mr. Shagger. Good to see you. Good evening. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Everglams, Ajoke or Agoke1. That your eyes. Thank you. Thank you, guys, for joining. I'm actually excited about today's conversation. Thank you so much, guys. Good to see you all. How has been the day? Please feel free to share this with your network, with your friends. Why do I call network? Which kind of shakara be this one now? Please share with your network, your communities, your friends. Guys, please leave me alone. Let me feel myself small. But thank you so much, guys, for joining. Good to see you all. Welcome, Bukola. Welcome. Good evening. How has been your day? Shago, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining. Looking forward to today. Absolutely. I'm looking forward as well. Paddy is here. Thank you for joining. Kemute, thank you so much, guys. Good evening. Please, as you're joining, if today is your first time of joining us on this live series, please drop your name and your location. And of course, if you've been a part of this from day one as well, and you want to connect in the chat, why not? You can do that. But I really just want to connect with everyone on a personal level. I can already see your name, but I want to know where you're joining from, if possible, what you do. I like to connect with my audience as well, using relevant examples, relevant scenarios, something very practical that we can relate to. So please feel free to do that in the comment section. And please feel free to share this live with your friends, the back end. And we will start as usual. Thank you. Thank you so much, Itemi Media. Mommy, my girl, thank you. Thank you so much. Da, you're welcome. Beautiful evening. Thank you, guys. Dr. Friday, thank you so much. Good to see you guys. Banking UK, yes. Yes, sir. Abuja, special needs behavior. Awesome. Awesome. That's beautiful. Software web developer. You need to build a website for me. Oh, I need a website. Abiokuta, registered dietitian. Awesome. So good. So good. Thank you so much, guys. This is beautiful. Today's conversation is really going to be interesting on different level because it's something that is also at the very core of my heart. It's something that is also very practical for me because this is what I do. I decided that on this live, every conversation that I'm going to be having at a very deep level would be something that I know about, something that I've done. Of course, there are sessions that I'm going to have guests where people will come to speak about, certain things that I don't know, but they know, and I think it's quite interesting and might be useful for us. One of it will be affiliate marketing, for example. If we're going to talk about borderlessness, right? Making money online, positioning globally, monetizing, affiliate marketing is something we can look at. I mean, it's not my area, but it's one of the things we'll look at. So many other things, blogging. I'll just ensure that we have all round. We can even talk about relocation. We'll have all these tips just so that we are well-rounded and we have a solid conversation during this live challenge, during this summit. Thank you so much, special needs educator. Awesome. Thank you for joining Ifemi and Tunes. Thank you, guys. Please, if you're also in the community at the back, the Freelance Advantage, you can share the live link with them. I don't mind. And then we can start in 2 minutes on the dot. I've made it a habit to start by 8:05. Okay. I think it was a call that was trying to come in. So welcome, guys. Welcome. Now, just to do a bit of a background as well, today's conversation is pinned. We're talking about youpreneurship, how to monetize your passion, your skills, your experience, your interest, your gifts. So it's going to be all around how to monetize what you know, your gifts, graphic design. Awesome. Welcome. Motion graphics. Awesome. So today's conversation is about how to monetize your experience. So maybe you've been a trainer, you've been a teacher, you've been an educator, you've been a business owner, you understand traveling, right? You are in media, you're a software developer. Let me look at some of the examples we've given. Therapist, you are in banking, right? You understand operations of businesses. You're a nurse. You understand entertainment in whatever area. That's why I wanted you guys to give me examples anyway. In whatever area, you're a psychologist. What else? Whatever it is that you do, you can actually monetize it. And that's why we're having this conversation. But beyond that, it also ties to the entire summit itself, the Borderless Summit. Why? Because we have moved to a digital age. We're in a global age now, that from your corner in Lagos or your corner in Abuja, from your corner in Ikeja, your skills, your gifts can go global. People can access your product from wherever they are. And it doesn't have to be physical product. That's why we're actually discussing monetization. And the focus today, a major part of monetization is digital, like digital monetization. And that's really going to be the focus of what we're going to do. How can you turn your knowledge? Welcome, Boomsha. Thank you so much for joining. Ola Banjo, thank you. Mr. Larry Malga, thank you so much for joining us. I see you. So how can you monetize your experience? You are in advertising, you're a lawyer. How can you monetize it beyond your 9 to 5? Yes, I know you go to work, you have some bosses, but this is something you can do as a side hustle. And this is something you can build on eventually. For you, it can be impact. It can start as an impact, because if you are thinking, I don't have this experience, who will listen to me? You can start by sharing your story. Now, a friend reached out to me some days ago, and we're just having a conversation around imposter syndrome. This conversation about feeling like you are not enough. You don't know enough. Why am I sharing what I think I don't know enough? And I said, one of the advantages of, we human, and the leverage we have is the audacity to believe in ourselves. I heard one of my guys say that, it's the audacity to believe in yourself. So if you don't believe in yourself first, who will? If you don't believe, you don't know it. The one you know, do you think there are people who don't know up to that? If there are people who don't know up to that and will be willing to learn, then you know something. You've done a business for 10 years. You know something. There are people who are willing to start that same business. Have you thought about organizing a small meeting, a small gathering? So we're going to get into the details, but this is just me doing an overview, just to prepare your mind. Have you thought about doing something small? Like, okay, let me teach these people. So you can monetize whatever you have. So that's really what this conversation is about. That this thing that I've done for years, I have done it for the past 10 years. I've done it for the past 5 years. I've done it for the past 3 years. Whether it's a knowledge you gained on the job or whatever, you can monetize it. Whether it's an experience you have, you can monetize it. Whether it's a gift, you don't even know how you started knowing how to do this thing. It could be as basic as working with children. For you, you know how to get children to do things. You'll be shocked that their parents can't get them to do it, but you have the capacity to do it. It can be monetized. So let me revise. Let me just take a revise and start from the beginning, how I plan to start the class. A lot of people will be thinking in their mind, welcome guys, Charis Touch, Tosin, thank you so much guys for joining. A lot of people will be thinking, why should I monetize in the first place? And for me, one of the anchor scriptures that I have for this it goes back to the scripture. Yes. When you talk about the talent story, the woman with the jar of oil, the servant, there are so many stories in the Bible, parables that Jesus gave, and it was really so much about monetization. Like they've given you something, what can you do with it? So this is not about you being greedy or this thing I didn't pay to learn it, so why should I monetize it? There's a reason why you know it. It's an experience, there's a reason why you know it. So how do we know things? Let's start from there. For example, the first way we know things is from experience. Another thing is, from that experience, it could be a pain. Maybe you went through something in life and you were able to come out of it successfully. Can you teach other people? Is there a way you can start impacting other people with that same knowledge and idea? That is something right there. That is something you can do. Maybe it's also a job, it's something you learned on the job and you found out that you are very good with structure. It is you at work that whenever they need to sort out the folder, it is you they call. Then that's something you can monetize. To make this properly, I wrote something down and I want to give the conversation a structure. I think I'm already jumping ahead of myself, so I'm going to stick with my structure. I wrote down how many W's? 6 W's. I'm going to be using these W's to anchor the conversation. So we're going to be talking about 6 W's, and I'm starting with what. What I shared before was just really an overview, why you can monetize and all of those things. But the first thing is what can you teach? What can you monetize? Before I get there, one of the areas of monetization, there are so many ways you can monetize. You can monetize your passion and your knowledge through books. You can monetize your passion and knowledge through coaching, through teaching, through consulting. But what I really want to focus on tonight, because we're in a digital age, is through online courses or through digital trainings like webinars, those two areas. So whatever explanation I'm giving is for these two concepts or two contests. You can monetize your passion and knowledge through online courses and through trainings or webinars. Now, this that I'm doing, or the things that I do, trainings and webinars, that's me monetizing. So you can either create it as an online course, among many other ways, or you can have it as a training. So somebody is asking, I know so many things, I have so many experience, or I have just one, what can I teach? And that's the first W. Somebody can write it down for us just so that we keep track of the W. The first letter, of every of this anchor is W's. And the first W is, what can you teach? And I'm going to ask you again, then what do you know? If you are going to monetize anything, what do you know? Do you have an experience that can be monetized? Like I gave an example of, you know how to handle kids. You know how to develop software. You know, there's a difference between developing software and teaching others how to develop software. And that is scalable. Have you done a certain business for 5 years? You've been in the fabrics business, for example. Mommy, good evening, man. Thank you for joining. You've been in fashion business, for example, for 5 years. Ashoke business, that's what you've been doing for the past 5 years. You develop websites for people. You've been doing that for quite a number of time. You sing. You work in the banking sector. You are in operations. You've done this for some years. Can you teach other people? Is this something you can explain to a child? So if not a child, is this something you can explain to a teenager, for example? If you can, you are ready for monetization. You can monetize it because there are people looking up to you. I want us to flip this conversation, not so much about you, but about other people. You've gained this experience for a reason. You've built capacity for a reason. There are people who are willing to learn. There are people who are willing to pay for this knowledge. You can teach them. Now, somebody will say, but people can go to Google. Google is there for us. We all know Google is limited. People want to learn from people they know, people they trust, and people they like. There are things that I am not the only one teaching it, but people will still come to me to say, Temi is the one I'm going to learn this from. There's a reason for that. There are people who would, they've seen other people teach freelancing, for example. They've seen me teach freelancing and they decide to come to me. There is a reason for that. Sometimes it's not so much about the result. Result is very critical. But sometimes people just connect to me on a personal level. They're like, Temi is reachable. She's somebody I can reach. She's somebody I can speak to. So there are reasons why people can buy from you. Leave Google alone. We're all using Google. But there are things that Google will never teach you. So that's one of the reasons why people can come to you. So you can monetize that skill. You can monetize that knowledge. You can monetize even that bad experience you had. We've had people who had cases of abuse. And you see them, they organize an NGO, they built an NGO around it. At first, it starts with impact. But what that does is there are 3 levels to this. It starts with impact, you move to influence, and then you get to income. So there are levels to these things, there are dimensions to it. Like, okay, you want to impact people. There are things I started teaching it for free. I started showing people how to freelance for free before I even ever thought of, monetizing it. So that is what can you teach? And I want us on this call to begin to audit your life, audit your skills, audit your experience. What have you experienced? You're good with teenagers. You can monetize this thing. You are good with, whatever. You guys can give me examples in the chat so that I can use something relatable. It doesn't have to be work experience. It could be something on the side as well. Like I said, it could be business. Now, let me give you examples of the things that I have monetized. And there are 2 ways to this thing. You can monetize by doing it for people, which is already what we do. A lot of business owners, a lot of us, we monetize by doing the business. We monetize but you can scale it by teaching people how to do what you do. And I know that's where the fear is. People are like, I don't want people to know how I do it. But it's more scalable for you. Because if you are teaching people, if you are doing it for people, it's a strain on your time. You are the one doing it. For example, you're a tailor. You have 2 options. Continue to make clothes for people or teach people how to become a tailor. Like people who are ready to learn, you can teach them. Create an online course for them. Which do you think is easier? I know we are scared. What if I tell people my script? I used to have that mindset too. Like if I create an online course now, then will people come to me to come and learn it? That's a lie. People will definitely come. But you make more impact than influence and income from creating it as a product that can also impact a lot of people than even when you do it one-on-one. It doesn't mean we're not doing it one-on-one. So that is one. Absolutely nothing compares to individualized learning and coaching. Absolutely. Beyond Google, there is a place of personal and direct touch. Exactly. Nothing compares to it. Thank you so much for that, guys. The second W, like I said, we're looking at 6 W's. The first W is, what can I teach? What do you know? What can I create an online course for? What can I monetize? When you think about that in your journey and you've identified, the next thing is, why? Why do you want to create an online course, and why should people pay? I think we've discussed this even from the first W. Is like, why do you then want to create it? For you, like I said, it could be for impact. For another person is for influence. For another person is for income. For some of us, it's everything together. Like, you can create it for free. I know people who will create program, they don't charge anything. Now I'm being invited for 2 programs this month, in fact 3 programs. They're not paying me for anything, but I'm doing it for a reason. It's for impact and influence. They're not going to pay me for all of those programs, but I'm willing to go speak on their platform. It's for impact and influence. It's not for income. There are some that you know that this one, you guys want to use my brain. I have people coming into my DM trying to pick my brain. People do it a lot, especially our friends. If your friend do it to you, it's even fair. But total strangers, and you want to pick my brain on something you know I have a product that you need to pay for, is not fair. And that's exactly why you need to have a product for that. If you found out that people pick your brain a lot, you should have a product. You direct them to where the product is. This is what I can share with you. This is what I need. I think you need. But if you need more details, it's not something we can discuss in 30 seconds or in 1 minute. You can look at these resources. So for you, why do you want to teach? Why do you want to create an online course? Why do you want to monetize your knowledge? Do you know enough? Are you confident? Some people have enough experience, but we're not confident enough to teach it. And like I said, we're always asking, why would people buy it? And I think that's the first thing you also need to work on. A lot of us also have this inferiority complex. We don't know that it is inferiority complex, but we just think people might not buy. Why do you think people will not buy from you? So we need to know. Except you've not done your market analysis and you don't have an audience for what you sell. But if you're good at what you do, and there are so many reasons, but you telling yourself you can't sell it is enough reason not to sell it. Because already, if you don't believe in yourself, no one will. So you need to understand your why. Your why could be you want to pay for school fees. Your why could be to have a side income. Your why could be you want to build a digital business on the side. Your why could be you can even volunteer on anchoring programs, and from there you start monetizing. Absolutely. There are people who are compares and MC today. They are making money. They are making money from something they started doing when we were in university. Anchoring shows, anchoring events. It started small. So you want to understand your why. The third thing I want to talk about, the third W's, right? I think we've mentioned the what, the why. And then the third thing is who. Who are you creating this online course for? Because a course for everybody, a product for everybody, is a product for nobody. Is a product for nobody, actually. I know that, yes, we don't like to niche down. We don't like to create segmentation. But when starting out, it's good to identify, who am I creating this product for? So, for example, when I talk about my freelancing, I know it's not for everybody. There are some people, if you like, speak from now till tomorrow about how to make dollars online. They don't think it is possible. And even if they think it is possible, it is not in their reality. They don't think it's something they are willing to do. For different reasons, of course. Number one, it could be age. Like, nah, you guys do your thing. It's out of my league. I'm not ready to learn that. I don't have all of those times. Like, so it could be the age bracket of those type of people. Like, it could be time. They don't have the time. It could be that they don't even believe in it. Like, guy, Forex to a lot of people is scam. And they have their reasons. It could be from experience. But do you know people are making a lot of money from Forex? People are cashing out. Yes. Of course, it has its own down moment. But there are people making money from this. You guys hear me? Am I back? We can't. Oh my God. How about now? Just let me know. I won't say anything until you guys can hear me. Am I back? Okay. Can you guys hear me? Oh, okay. You can. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Tunes. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. So I was talking about who are you creating it for? So you need to understand who you are creating your online course for. And in marketing, they call it, your target audience. Who are the people you are creating it for? Are they youth? Are they teenagers? Are they children? Are they business owners? Or are they aspiring business owner? Are they students? Are they NYC core members? Are they mothers, new mothers? So maybe you have a course for, new mothers. You're thinking you've gone through some experiences. These people need to understand. Is it for bakers? You want to teach people how to bake, or you want to teach people how to monetize their baking knowledge? So you need to identify. So who are those set of people that I need to teach this thing? So for example, one of the things that I've taught before, I've taught a lot of things. I've done a lot of online courses. I've done a lot of trainings in my life. And the one of it is, there was a time I was working with real estate company. I've had trainings for real estate agents before. That's because I was in that sector. I was working in that organization, and I had access to information. I knew a lot that could help them make high ticket sales, premium properties, how they can sell premium properties. I did training for them. I've done a training for editing, for graphics. I've done a entrepreneurship training before. Online course. I've created an online course for entrepreneurship, how to monetize your passion. This thing that I'm saying here, I've done it as a course before, about 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I can't remember. Yes. So I've done at different level, and they were for different people. Most recently, I taught people how to edit pictures. It's not for everybody. A lot of times, maybe it's for influencers, people who are in the beauty product, people who sell products, and they want to market their product. They want to snap it properly, have a professional picture with their mobile phone. So you need to understand, who am I creating my online course for? Who am I creating my digital products for? Who am I organizing this training for? Once you identify the who, it helps you in positioning. It helps even in the language, in how you're speaking, how you're doing your marketing. You are focused on those people. You're not wasting your time speaking to people who don't need it. For example, you can't sell a Pampers to me. You can't teach me now how to bathe a baby. If I'm going to learn it, I'm learning it for future, the nearest future. Like, okay, I need this knowledge, because I'm going to be married soon, or I'm going to get married someday, and then I'm going to have babies. But the people who need it more, the chances that I'm going to buy that course is slim. I'm not even going to buy it. But the people who need that course, somebody should tell us in the chat section. In fact, I want this to be interactive. Who do you think will buy that type of a product? How to bathe baby, the right time to make a baby sleep, how to ensure babies don't cry, who are the type of people that will even buy that type of product or will go for that type of training? Obviously, new mothers. Guys, I want you guys to tell me in the chat, who do you think will go for those type of products? New mothers, newly wedded. Oh, you said my mom. Newly married ladies, absolutely. The people who just got married, so they're already thinking of, okay, exactly, new moms will need it more. So it will be a waste of time to start speaking to someone who is not even married, or someone who is done giving birth. From experience, in fact, they are the ones who should teach people anyway, so you can't even teach them. And let me give another example. Who would you naturally teach something like how to create a website for themselves, for their business? You can't tell someone who doesn't want to learn technology. They don't have a business with that. It is people who because it will be a waste of time to sell someone that would rather pay you to do it. There are people, they would rather pay you to do it. That's why I'm paying you. Do the job. I don't have time to start sitting down with websites. But there are people who don't mind that they can create a website with templates. They would learn it. So small business owners can learn that. I learned how to create a website by myself with templates. I started with templates. So, but now I can use a WordPress, I can use the themes, I can use plugins. Some people don't have that interest. So you'll be a waste of time to sell it to those type of people. So you want to understand your audience, who you're selling it to. Let's move on very quickly. We've touched three W's. We said the what, the why, the who. The next is where. So where are you launching it? And that will speak to, do you want it to be like an ebook? Do you want to have it like an online course? And what type of tools can you use? Some of the tools that I've used to create my online courses are Camtasia to record the videos. You can use it on your phone as well to use record it. So for example, the last training that I did on retouching picture, I used my phone and I used the app called Record It. And what does that do? You simply go to the apps you want to teach people how to use, and your phone is recording everything. So people are seeing it from your phone. It doesn't take so much. When you do this, save it on a drive, then create a link from the drive and sell the link, or give the people the link to access it. You have created an online course. All this one that people do, yes, it's good. There are platforms we host it. That's a good thing. But you don't have an excuse that because I'm not techie, and the word techie, I don't even know what it means, because you don't need to be techie to do things with technology. Technology is life now. You have to understand the basics. You can also decide to say you want to have a WhatsApp class. That, okay, you know what? Yours is live. It has to be interactive. You need feedback. You can do it on Zoom. You can do it on WhatsApp. Put people together. If they need to see something practically, record it, send it to them. If it has to be physical, then it's fine. But this is really about digital marketing. So you need to understand what is the best way to share this knowledge. What is the best platform? What is the best method to communicate this value? I thought about this Borderless Summit that we're doing right now. I thought about it for a long time. And I thought to myself, Temi, can I have this on Clubhouse? Because I already have a traction on Clubhouse. I have a whole community on Clubhouse. I have like a family on Clubhouse. So I have that following. And I thought about it. Why don't you just do it on Clubhouse? On Instagram, how many people know you? I just come here, dump my thing, interact and go. Or why don't you just focus on LinkedIn, do articles? So I had many options to do this impact challenge that I'm doing. What way should I impact people? And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to try Instagram Live. Let me explore. It's my first time doing it. Let me explore. Why? Because I want people to see my face when I'm saying these things. I want people to be able to see me talking about it. You know, Clubhouse, somebody is seeing your face. It's audio. But I want people to be able to connect with me on a different level, on a personal level, because they will see my face. And that's why I decided to do this. So you want to identify what is the best way to monetize this passion. Should I do an online course, create it, or do it on WhatsApp or Zoom, let them see me? Or, you know, so in whichever way, you know it, and then you go for it. That's the fourth W, where. And then the fifth one is when. So this means, when do you want to launch it? Now I'm going to ask us a question. I want it to be a little bit interactive. Do you create a product for a market? And I've been asking this question for like 4 years now, or 3 years. People on my WhatsApp already know. Do you create a product for the people, or you find the people for your product? Meaning, do you create a product for the market? Like, you create this product, like, I'm going to sell this thing. So once I create it, I'll start looking for people to buy it, start marketing it, because it's a beautiful product. I thought about it. It was an idea. Like, so good. People who need this thing, they need to use it to do something. So I create it and I start looking for people to buy. Or I find a group of people, I see their question. Maybe I was reading a book, I was stumbling online, or whatever it is, and I found that people want to know how to separate their books. They need book separate or whatever, marker, or they need it, and then you decide to create it because you saw the demand. For you as an entrepreneur or a career person, which one would you go for? Let's see in the comment section. Guys, what do you think? Which option would you go for, A or B? You think of something good, you look for people to buy it, or you find the people who need something and you go and create that thing they need. You create a product for people. Really? Okay. You think about the products and they, okay. You create for people. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, White Diamond. Thank you so much. Olori, thank you so much. Olamite, option B. Salawi, option B. Big Sis, option B. We need to find the niche first and then create the product. Okay? Option B is winning. Mommy is winning. Okay? It's me, option B. Okay, guys, now Can we defend this? I wish this was a conference where you can defend your option. Can somebody explain the reason behind your option? If you chose option A, why do you think you should create the product in the most short way or the most descriptive way that you can write it? Why should you create the product and then, you know, look for people to buy it? Or why should you look for people first and then you create a product for them? Why do we do that? Because that will guide us as well to understand why people buy things and why people don't buy things. So everything revolves around people and problems. Around people, and problems are opportunity and products. So look for people, what they want, and see how you can solve it. Option B. Okay, now I like that word. A and B, that boomsha, you cannot be in the middle. You have to choose one because you have a market for it already. Awesome. Okay, so now it's a what do I call it? There's something it's called. I'll come back to it. I'll remember it. But this conversation right now, okay, it's an icebreaker. Exactly, I found the word. It's an icebreaker because sometimes there might be no right or wrong answer. But in the option, there is one that is more feasible, that is more profitable. It doesn't make the other options wrong, but it means that it is more profitable to do one than the other. Create for the people. This is because they can resonate with it. They need it. So you solve their problem and everyone goes home happy. But unfortunately, sometimes you create a product you think people need and they don't need it. We can do both options, absolutely, depending on the prevailing situations. Sometimes we are driven by the need of the system. So you create a product for it and then find the people to buy them. Do a market survey before creating a product. So where am I driving at? I'm saying that a lot of times why we don't sell things is we thought people would like it. We assume it's going to move in the market. We hope we will see customer. And like I said the first day, hope is not a strategy. That you think and assume for people that they will buy it and they don't buy it is a sign that, and it could be as a result of so many things. Number one, maybe they can't afford it. Number two, maybe you're selling to the wrong people. Number three, maybe they don't need it right there, right now. It's like I saw a product that a particular toothbrush company did, and I think it had a salt something under. It doesn't make sense to me because why do I need a toothbrush that has a salt pack on the same body? Whoever their product owner or their product manager was, I don't know, but it just did not make sense. You see some keys, you see some products, and you're wondering, whoever thought about this thing? Is it that they didn't think well? Like a door opening out in, and it's just confusing. It's the same thing with your product, your services, digital product. Who are the people who will need it? Are you assuming for them? It's easier. And Nigerians are so funny. Before I talk about option B, when you are doing something for free, you'll be shocked at the number of people you get. Post something for free now, something giving value. See people commenting, Temi, nice one, mama, you are trying. Wow, you are giving so much value. That's good. Put a price on it and post it. You see 2 likes. In fact, your friends will skip it so that they don't feel guilty. They won't like it because they're not going to buy. So they will just skip the post so that you don't even see their like and love on it. Some are even nice. They will help you put nice comments. Oh, nice one, Timmy. This is so good. People are going to get value from this. Oh my God, you went into a vintage business assuming people needed it. And I went, absolutely. It's a reality of a lot of people. So naturally, Nigerians, not even Nigerians, people, if you assume for them, you'll be disappointed. You just see that you create, I have done flyers before. Put it out there and no single bird, nobody paid for it. I mean, if they like it, it's even fine. Nice one. This flyer is nice. Wow, nice one, Temi. This is, when are you starting this program? This is good. I'm going to be a part of it. Nobody. My brother, you're not going to see anybody. Because we don't even want to drop money in the first place. People will tell you, I'd rather go and learn this thing on Google. Let me go to YouTube. So, it's better you have seen the demand. You said that people need this. And how can you ensure that? First, there are so many places you can even find people and what people need. Maybe it's something you're already doing, for example. What areas are people asking you questions about a lot? If there is a demand, if there's a demand on your time, there's a demand for it from you, then it's the time to monetize. If there's a demand for it, then it's time to monetize. So I've been doing, freelance and all of that. But the moment people begin to ask me, Timmy, I've been trying to do these things. So the things you think is easy for you, they are easy for you, but maybe people don't find it easy. That's a good sign. So you want to ensure what you can also do is pre-sell. if it's a product you want to create, for example, it doesn't take many things to do flyers. I don't pay for flyers. I've never paid to design flyers. I design my flyers myself, or someone volunteered to design flyers for me. By the way, the beautiful flyers that we've been using for this Borderless Summit, the main flyer was not created by me. It was created by someone, a very great guy who volunteered to do that. I appreciate it so much. I don't know if he's on the call, but I just appreciate it. But I don't pay for flyers for the past 5 years that I've been doing trainings. I just create it myself. So it doesn't cost me anything to design a flyer. Put any money I want and post it. So if nobody pays, there's nothing lost. But we see people packaging all the products. If I renting event venue, putting all these things together and nobody shows up. So you don't want to be that person. So you want to know when to launch it. This is for you guys. You guys are laughing. Yes. So you want to know when to launch it. Let's move on very quickly. The last W that we're going to talk about, which is the 6th W today, is with and meaning with what are you creating it? We've talked about what, we've talked about why, we've talked about who, we've talked about where, we've talked about when. Now it is with what. What do I mean by with what? And I think we've also discussed that there are a lot of ways you can create your stuff. There are collaborations. You can collaborate with people to say, you know what, I'm going to collaborate. And that's why when I talked about affiliate marketing, you can collaborate with people to say, you know what, I am not good with marketing, but I can create this product. Are there people that can promote this thing for me? Do I want to do Google Ads? Are there people that can post it on their status? Do I want to do a joint venture? Do I want to get somebody to collaborate with? We'll do this teaching together because I'm just starting out. So you have to be realistic with yourself. Do I want to do a combined training? Can I do this thing alone because I'm just starting? Should I get somebody on the side while I teach A, my strength zone? This person does B. At least to give me a strong footing to get in. So you want to understand the collaborations you need. You want to be realistic with the resources that you need. You want to understand, is it JV, a joint venture? If somebody sells it for me, you get 10%. Meanwhile, I'm open to, all those type of structure like joint ventures or collaborations or affiliate marketing. You sell my product, you get your money on it. Those type of thing. And the reason why we don't do that is because we want to earn everything alone. You can do collaboration. So that's the last question, the last W. With what? It could be with the technology you want to use, which is part of what we said. It could be with the people. Who do I want to collaborate with? There are seasons of life, and each season requires different alliances. So you want to realize that in this season of my life, do I need alliances? Do I need support? Do I need collaborations? Do I need backup? Do I need volunteers? Last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I had to ask for volunteers on my freelancing group. Guys, I need help. I need volunteers to do this, to do that, do that. Amazing people. And they came through. They're like, we're here for you, Tammy, don't worry. Over 27 people. Guy, we're here for you, don't worry. I had to open up to say, all this thing you are doing, you need to be realistic with yourself. It's the same 24 hours. So where do I need help? So you want to be realistic, assess your opportunities. What can I do? Where can I start? What do I need? When do I start? With what do I need to do it? And what do I really want to do? And I think that's really how you can start. If you really practice this thing, or you put them to good use, or you start with the implementation and execution of some of the things that we've shared, I think you'll get a lot of value. What do you guys think? I've spoken a lot of English tonight. Hey, God. I'm proud of myself, I beg. Guys, what do you think? Question time. We wrap up by 8:45 as usual. So we have 6 minutes. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for sticking with me. So now it's question time. I see you, Bade. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you. Guys, I'm waiting. No. Question time. Do you have any question about anything? We mentioned the 6 W's, what, to monetize. And one thing I did not mention, why I named it Youpreneurship is it's the business of you. Youpreneurship, entrepreneurship, multipreneurship, like I call myself. But this is the business of you. It's something you're passionate about. Some of you, when they wake you up to come and do something, you know how to do that thing effortlessly. That's a sign you can monetize that thing. It's the business of you. Some of you did not learn certain things, but you know how to do it effortlessly. Why not? For some of you, it's even mediation. People are having trouble. I have a friend here, he's on this call. I'm learning from afar from here. I think that's a beautiful thing. I'm a peacemaker from behind. I'm not if I want to be a peacemaker, I'm not the one that will call people together to say, oh yeah, Tola, Bolu, you guys should talk about. I'm not that type of person. I'm the type that goes behind the scenes to both parties to speak with them individually. But that's not all in conflict resolution. That's not all. Somebody still has to take the initiative to say, you know what, I'm going to recommend, or I'm going to volunteer myself to bring you both to the same room or same call. Let's have this conversation. And that's what my friend does, is on this call. I admire you, so I'm like, wow. Me, I would rather speak to both of them behind the scene, like, no, it's okay now. Defend, no, don't do this. He will call them with two-way calls. Guys, oh yeah, sort yourself out. Say whatever you want to say to each other, and we must settle it. That's a good one. So that's something you can even think about, like, okay, I'm good with conflict resolution. Why not? You can monetize it if you want. That's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. So, guys, question time. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate. I don't think we have questions. I think I'm a good teacher. Maybe I should start monetizing even this my teaching gifts. I'm already monetizing it though by teaching different things. But guys, if you have any question, please feel free to do that. But what was it for you that stood out in this today in this session? What was it that stood out for you? What are you starting? When are you starting? What are you starting and when are you starting? I want to know that he was worth the time. When are you starting it? I know everybody on the call, oh. I know everybody. So I'm going to be calling us one after the other. When are you starting something? Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, you're an MC. You should begin to teach other upcoming MCs. Create an online course. You don't have to sit with them all the time. Once they come, you have pre-recorded it. You can sell it for 1 year. Just send it to them. Oh, that's it. 50,000 naira. 10 videos there. Hope you marked me present yesterday. I marked you. Let me confirm. I think I marked you. And thank you for being here today as well. You're welcome, guys. Thank you. I don't think we have any question. That's fantastic. I love that. Please feel free to reach out if you have any question. You can engage on the post as well. Tomorrow is another great time. Tomorrow I'm going to be having a great friend with me. I don't want to speak English alone tomorrow. And what we're talking about tomorrow is also dynamic. We're going to be talking about, because a lot of Nigerians, an average Nigerian is split into two. There's something you studied in school, but that's not what you are passionate about. You are now doing something else. And I love to say, I studied geography in my first degree. In my second degree, I studied diplomacy and strategy. I don't do anything geography now. I don't even do so much of diplomacy, apart from using it in my own personal life. I don't do that. So how then do we balance it? Because some people are still worried. Okay, that's not what I study. How do I do it? So tomorrow's conversation is about my friend. He's a lawyer, entertainment lawyer, but he's in advertising. How did you pivot? So now we're talking about tomorrow. We're talking about changing careers, right? Understanding your journey, understanding your story, understanding your path in life. It's going to be amazing, guys. Please feel free to be a part of it. What happens when you are good at everything and you just don't know which one to monetize? You start with one. Which one has the more demand? That's like me. Sometimes I'm like, okay, which one should I monetize? You start with one. You do them at a time. Which one comes to you more naturally? Which one do you think there's a demand for? Because you can be good at something and people don't need it. And there are some things we do in Nigeria that Nigerians don't need it. It's not for the Nigerian audience. It's like all these things that people do. It's just now that people are beginning to, pay for therapies. Now we're having things like therapies in Nigeria. Nigerians care. Where there's Holy Spirit and blood of Jesus, who is seeing any therapist and there's pastor? So if you were a therapist in Nigeria before all of these things, you might not sell. Because Nigerians, the blood of Jesus will do it for us. Or insurance. Insurance is one of the things that is so difficult to sell in Nigeria, because we don't believe that we need to pay somebody for protection. My big bro, my pastor, my 3-in-1 is in insurance. I know what he goes through, right? Because Nigeria, the blood of Jesus is there. So it's difficult to not create a program and start selling to people to say, oh, we need to teach people, how to, except now that those things are now becoming more, people are beginning to know it more. Absolutely. So you need to audit the capacities, audit the skills, audit these things you're good at. Which one can you teach? I know how to do many things, but it's not everything I teach. I know how to make clothes. Yes, I used to make a lot of clothes for myself. But I can't get up now to say I want to teach somebody. I can if I want, but I don't want to. I don't also want to be scattered everywhere, right? So I hope that helps. And some things we do in Nigeria are needed abroad. Absolutely. I agree. Give us an example before we go. 8:45 on the dot, we should be shutting down. But What are the things we do in Nigeria that are needed abroad? Examples, apart from that therapist thing, there's so many things we do in Nigeria that are needed abroad as well. And they value it. We don't even value it here, but they need it abroad. Because when they say like, wow, this is fascinating. Yes, it is. It is fascinating. Thank you so much, guys. You're welcome. You're welcome. But thank you so much. Does anybody have any other question? If there is none, I think this is a good time to go home. This is a good time to go back to our our day and continue the day, shut down the night, and then come back tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it, and I'm waiting for your feedback. How is it? Am I a good teacher? Do I teach well? Let me know. But I mean on the post, not here, because we're already shutting down. MC Alaga for the Nigerian abroad. Exactly, like you now, international MC, premium MC. You understand? Making us proud. Only you now, you already have like 10 international jobs. This year, a lot of MCs, they don't. So there's a way you are doing it. You can create an online course. How do you penetrate the international market as an MC in Nigeria? How do you do it? There had to be something. Yes, the grace of God. The grace of God, very critical. But there's something in your craft. You know how to do something in your craft. Let's be real. Everything cannot be explained. There are times that God does something for us outstanding. We cannot explain it. But there are times if you look at your track record, your work, the little things that we've done, maybe it's ethics, discipline, craft, knowledge, growth, put it together. You can teach other people how to leverage on that. Thank you so much, guys. I'm grateful. Yes, so I have tried. Thank you so much, Opeyemi. Thank you. IK, Pastor IK, thank you so much. Good to see you. I'm grateful. All right, guys. I guess we can shut down now. May the Lord be with you all. See you all tomorrow. Make it a date with us. It's going to be interesting. From next week, we're going to be having guests as well. Different guests, different conversations. It's going to be happening tomorrow. And I'm hoping to even have PK on this live. I don't know. I'm going to speak with him and I see if he would come. That's Pastor Olakunle showing you. But I'll see if he will come. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for the love. I appreciate it. Guys, please do have a wonderful night as I shut down. Bye. Thank you. Yes. Thanks. Bye, guys.